Welcome back. I'm so thrilled with the response that I've received so far to my video blogs of my latest romance suspense novel, If Oak Trees Could Talk. Please pull you up a chair and maybe pour yourself a tall glass of sweet tea and come with me to a wonderful southern town where you will meet an extraordinary man, Henry William Tyler. The story picks up in Chapter 3 entitled Henry's Homework. The morning light came in unusually bright, and Henry found himself awakened early and alone. His precious Helen had awakened even earlier and went back to her room before the nurses came to their rooms. Henry squinted for a moment till his eyes adjusted themselves to the light. As he sat on his bed, he remembered some of what the oak tree helped him to remember, but he really did not know if he had actually remembered it or if he had only dreamed about it. Regardless, Henry decided to take action and regain some of his life. He rang the on-call button frantically and impatiently for a nurse to come to him. "Well, aren't you up early and raring to go this fine and glorious morning? What's your big emergency that you hit that button a dozen times or more?" At first, Henry did not recognize Nurse Wanda, but then he answered her. "Pencil and paper. I want pencil and paper, please." "Now, why do you want a pencil and paper, Mr. Tyler? Are you fixing to write yourself a letter?" "Yes, the letter sounds good," Henry answered with an urgent plea in his voice. "Okay, Mr. Tyler, if you want a pencil and paper, then a pencil and paper you're going to get," Nurse Wanda said, as she was glad that Henry seemed to want to do something besides sit and stare. It wasn't long until Nurse Wanda returned to Henry's room with his medicine, breakfast tray, and, of course, a pencil and paper. "What's this for?" Henry asked. "You want me to do homework or something?" "It's for your letter that you were going to write. Do you not remember asking me for a pencil and paper so that you could write a letter?" Nurse Wanda probed. "Yes, Miss Stone. I'll take them home so that Mom can help me with my homework." "Yes, sir, Mr. Tyler. You just let your Mama help you, okay?" As Nurse Wanda left Henry alone once again, he stared at the blank piece of paper. He thought as he looked upon it that this is how his life had been. Just a blank space that he couldn't remember. What kind of homework was he supposed to do? Henry wondered. Before long, he found himself with pencil in hand. He put the pencil on the paper, and even to his amazement, he began drawing a picture of his dearest friend. As he drew branches extended wide and a huge trunk to an old tree. He thought of how his friend towered above the others, and so he drew it, the entire length of the sheet of notebook paper. As quick as a bolt of lightning, the memories from the night before came flooding back to him. Henry began writing what he had remembered. As he penned the events of the night before, more and more thoughts kept coming into his mind. He wrote as fast as his stiff hands and fingers would allow him. He wanted to capture every memory before they vanished away, possibly forever. At first the memories came just as a flash of something that seemed to be real. However, then another image would come, and still yet another one, until finally Henry once again had enough of the pieces to realize that he had real memories of a whole event. Every one of them always involved his old friend. He frantically wrote down what he could see in his mind's eye. He tried to pin down all the emotions as he experienced the events again, so that when Helen and dear Amelia read his letters, they would know why what they were reading was important to Henry. Henry felt hope for the first time in months. He felt as though he was reclaiming some resemblance of his life. He knew that in his memory bank was a treasure chest of precious hidden treasures. For whatever reason, the old oak tree was serving as a key to help him open his treasures to share with others. Once again, thank you for either tuning in or reading along with me today. It is my hope that you're enjoying the story of If Oak Trees Could Talk. If you would like to have more information about my books, please go to my website or blog, or you may find me on my author page, Christine Gillum Hornback, through Amazon.com. I've included the links. So until next time, thank you for tuning in.